Now renewing our FCC license on a weekly basis. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz, and a good Thursday to you. It's the 5th day of September, 2019, and we got a pretty good show for you today. Looking forward to this one. Well, I look forward to every show. Quite frankly, at this point in my life, I look forward to waking up in the morning. Got some good stuff coming your way. We got a very nice day weather-wise today. Things are going to change a little bit. Weekend looks pretty good. Significant changes next week. From Mother Nature. We'll get to that when we do the weather forecast. Also, we'll touch on some news. A lot of activity in East Wenatchee yesterday that got a lot of attention, and we'll tell you what the heck was going on there when we get to news. We also have sports. Kind of a quiet day in sports. Of course, the Mariners didn't play yesterday. Despite the fact that they didn't play, they were eliminated from postseason contention. We'll talk about that. And of course, we're getting ready for high school football. Don't forget, tonight at 7 o'clock, it's our 1-hour kickoff special hosted by our very own Eric Granstrom. He talked to some local coaches, the head coach at Wenatchee, Eastmont, Cascade, and Cashmere, getting ready for the prep football season, which kicks off tomorrow. We'll have that for you tonight. Special programming tonight at 7 o'clock right here on the NCW Life channel. It'll whet your appetite, get you ready for some high school football. And of course, we'll have our first telecast of high school football tomorrow night from historically Loftus Field at the Apple Bowl. The Mount Si Wildcats coming to town to take on the Panthers. We'll have that game for you tomorrow night if you can't make it to the Apple Bowl. But it's going to be a beautiful late summer Friday night to go out to the football field and watch the football players play the football game. We got the obscure holiday today in history, birthdays. Everybody is entitled to Mike Magnotti's opinion. Yesterday, Nora Jackson dropped by. We videotaped her conversation with Nora. Nora is a member of the Appleland Promenaders, and that's one of the local square dance clubs, and they're starting their session, their new year of square dancing and having fun. They're going to offer free lessons, and if you've never square danced, or you have and you don't anymore, and you think it might be fun, because it is fun and it's good exercise, we'll talk about that with Nora Jackson coming up in the back half of the hour. Also, Kendall cameos, because it's Thursday. Henley the dog needs a home. You're going to love Henley. We'll get to meet Henley coming up, too, a little bit later on. And also, you'll have one more chance to win tickets to see Ben Gully and the Trio. They play tomorrow night at the Wenatchee High School Auditorium. It's part of the Wenatchee Community Concert Association. Details on that coming up in just a few minutes. It's 3 minutes after the hour. Let's take you around the valley in north central Washington with our Valley View cameras. And that is a beautiful shot from the cross camera, tilted up a little bit. So we have a beautiful view of Badger Mountain and the Sunny Slope area and Omi Gardens. That's a spectacular view. Sun came up this morning at 6:25. It'll be up pretty much all day, we're told, according to authorities. Sun will set at 7:33 tonight. That gives us 13 hours and 8 minutes of daylight. Yeah, the days are getting shorter. The autumnal equinox is a couple weeks away. It's getting closer and closer. Beautiful view there, gorgeous. This is why people live here. I think people live here because of the people, but hey, the view ain't bad either. Camera 2, where are we off to, Megan? 3M says, let's pay a visit to, speaking of Omi Gardens, the Omi Gardens camera pointed up the Columbia River Rocky Reach Dam. Looking good, making all that electricity. The Baker Flats Industrial Area just out of your view. You can see the CMI Orchards Complex there as well in your view, and Lake Antioch looks good as well as we look farther up. Now, don't forget the Rocky Reach Visitor Center is going to be closed for an entire year. They're going to remodel the whole thing. They're going to modernize it. They're going to make it just a really cool. It's already a cool place to visit, but they're doubling down on the coolness at the Rocky Reach Visitor Center. Just a reminder on that. I can't wait till that reopens. Camera number 3, where are we off to, Megan? We're going to say good morning to the Arundel Rock camera. I now know where that is. I drove by that a couple weeks ago on my way up to Waterville for the NCW Fair, and I said, hey, there's the camera. Now I know where it's finally at. Arundel Rock. Looking up, that's Lake Antioch, of course. Looks a little choppier than normal. Normally that's as smooth as glass, but a gorgeous view there and a lot of lovely, lovely homes along the east shore of the Columbia River in the greater Arundel area. By the way, we are the #1 rated live local television show between 7 and 8 a.m. in the greater Arundel area. And we carry that fact with pride. And camera 4. I'm going to guess, and that is the Black Mountain? Good, Black Mountain. Well, that's not Black Mountain you're looking at. That's where the camera is. You're looking at the foothills of the Cascades. Leavenworth is down there somewhere. It hasn't gone anywhere. A spectacular view from the top of Black Mountain above the lovely hamlet of Peshastin. And before I forget, today is opening day of the Chelan County Fair. Fair gets going today. Of course, we were there a couple of days ago talking to Karen Welch. She's the fairgrounds manager. This is kind of her baby. She and the board of directors and all the volunteers, but they're ready to go. They'll open the gates at 9 o'clock this morning and get your tickets. It's a great deal. It's a really, really good deal. Chelan County Fair, get into the mood of it. I'm ready for the fair. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the fairgrounds in Kashmir, and they're ready for you to come pay them a visit. They'd love to see you 6 minutes after the hour. What does the weekend look like? And the next couple of days, weather-wise, from the National Weather Service, it looks something like that. You see the clouds. People say, what do you mean cloudy? It's beautiful. It's sunny out. Well, it is. The clouds are going to be thickening up as the day progresses. You'll notice about 10:30, we'll see the clouds come in from the south. There's a low-pressure area off the California coast. It's going to move up through Oregon. It's already doing that. So the weather today is coming almost directly from the south. And then next week, it gets real cool. Look at that. We're going to cool way down next week with highs below normal for the Wenatchee Valley. Wenatchee is in green on the graphic that you see there. So we're going to go from above normal temperatures because we hit what did we hit yesterday? 83. We're looking at warmer than that. 87, 88, maybe even 89 today. But it's going to cool down next week. Just a friendly reminder, even a couple of stray raindrops as summer begins to wane. So again, for today, clouds will be thickening up. We'll have a mixture of clouds and sun by the time we get to noon. By sunset, it'll be mostly cloudy skies, and it'll be cloudy overnight tonight. Now that temperature, 89, that's pretty warm for this time of the year. That's well above normal, not near record highs, but certainly warm. Of course, with the cloud cover in the overnight hours tonight, and maybe even a light raindrop or two, it's going to be very mild. Overnight low of 68 tonight. Friday, you'll wake up to a few clouds, and the sun will get the job done. So gradually, the clouds will be departing. The sun will be popping out on Friday. Looking good there. High of about 84. Friday night for high school football, just about perfect. Mostly clear, overnight low of about 64. Saturday, lots of sunshine, about 85 degrees. Now we have another system on Saturday night. It's going to cloud us up. Could see some thunderstorms. There's about a 30% chance of a thunderstorm or raindrops. If it happens, it'll be in the overnight hours on Saturday night. And again, the better chance of some thunderstorms, we've been talking about this most of the week, is to the north of us, especially the Methow Valley and the Omak-Okanagan area. You have a better chance of thunderstorms than us here down in the Wenatchee Valley on Saturday night. Partly sunny Sunday. We'll top off to about 81. Monday, we go right back to sunshine, but again, could see a slight stray raindrop or two slide through the area. And things are going to be kind of unsettled for really most of next week. The big story really is going to be the temperatures are going to be considerably cooler than what we have been seeing. Our normal high is really right around 80 or 81 this time of the year. So today is going to be fairly warm over the weekend, and a significant cool down coming our way next week. A friendly reminder that summer is almost gone, but it's still here. Still going to be sunny and warm in many locations, but again, increasing clouds as we work our way through this Thursday. It is 9 minutes after the hour. We're going to take a quick 1 minute break. 1 minute, that's all it is. So that's, go grab your glass of orange juice or whatever it is. Thank you for the reminder, Megan. Thank you for the reminder. I almost forgot. The Ben Gully tickets. Yeah, Ben Gully and the Trio is part of the Wenatchee Community Concert Association concert series. It's the opening of the series. It is tomorrow night at the Wenatchee High School Auditorium. I got a pair of tickets to give away, and we're going to do it before the end of the show. It's with our email winner at ncwlife.com, winner at ncwlife.com. One entry per email address, please. And at the end of this program, we are going to give away a pair of tickets. And who is Ben Gully? This guy can sing. Here's a little preview.
Can you hear me? You can hear me up there? Good. So we've got a little bit of everything. If you like what's up on stage, we've got a little bit for everybody tonight. And we're gonna sing a little bit of everything too. So I thought I'd get out of the way for a second and let you hear the amazing, amazing talent of my band, the Mark Lowry Trio.
Yeah, that guy can sing. He sings a lot really like me, I've noticed. And it's not just opera. That was just a tease. He sings everything. He sings pop standards. He sings country, rock and roll, jazz. He sings it all because he's got a really good voice. And he'll be at the Wenatchee High School Auditorium tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. And these tickets are $25 a pop. So this is a $50 value. Again, winner at ncwlife.com is the email address. One entry per email address, please. And at the end of this program, we'll draw one name out of all the entries. And you're going to win a pair of tickets to see Ben Gully and the Trio tomorrow night, courtesy of our friends at the Wenatchee Community Concert Association. Now we're going to take a break. We'll be back in 1 minute with the news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley live this morning from Studio 9 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Life channel.
My first experience with CVCH, I had to come in with my daughter by myself with a cut in my hand that required stitches. And the care and compassion in CVCH was really significant, that they took the care and compassion and made me feel more as a human instead of just a patient there. The care they have for their community all around, inside and outside the clinic, is what I feel like is different. And that's what makes me want to come back to CVCH and recommend them to my friends and family.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
Welcome back. Bountiful sunshine and 63 degrees outside of our studios. The clouds will be rolling in from the south as the day progresses. We'll have mostly cloudy skies by sunset. Very warm temperatures, though, and a very pleasant late summer weekend coming our way. Here's what's making headlines on this Thursday. An East Wenatchee home is the subject of a drug task force search. This happened yesterday morning, involving multiple agencies and yielding at least 2 arrests. The Columbia River Drug Task Force descended on the house in the 300 block of Eastmont Avenue at about 10 o'clock. East Wenatchee Police Sergeant James Marshall says it's been the site of multiple citizen complaints and police calls in recent months.
The result of the search warrant is from an ongoing investigation over the last several months. This is kind of a known trouble spot for East Wenatchee.
About 8 officers from various Wenatchee Valley law enforcement agencies were initially involved, and then more arrived as police found 8 to 9 people inside their residence. 2 people were arrested on unrelated warrants. Marshall said the investigation continues. A GoFundMe page has been set up to help Christian Johnson out. He's the firefighter who was injured battling the Spring Coulee fire in Okanagan County on Sunday. The Okanagan County Fire District No. 3 Assistant Chief, he suffered 2nd and 3rd degree burns over 60% of his body. He's in a medically induced coma at Harborview Medical Center in Seattle. Now, according to the GoFundMe page, doctors are trying to stabilize him so they can perform skin graft surgery, and he's facing 2 to 3 months in the intensive care unit. He's a U.S. Army veteran who's served about 1.5 years in Iraq and has been a volunteer firefighter for more than 20 years. Johnson reportedly had left his brush truck on the north side of a fire when flames overtook him after coming over a hill. Well, the Wenatchee School District, they're going to be beefing up their campus security this year with the addition of a 2nd school resource officer. A contract with the city of Wenatchee to hire another officer was approved by the school board at their meeting last week. The city and the school district will split the cost equally. Superintendent Paul Gordon says it's the best move for the district in that the addition of a 2nd School resource officer will allow for greater coverage of the middle and elementary schools, as well as increased parent engagement and student relationship building. Board member Nora Jackson says in today's world, hey, it's better to be safe than sorry.
I think this is a great, unique opportunity to partner with the city, and the city covering, a good portion of the cost for us. It's unfortunate that we live in a day and age where resource officers are needed in our district for the protection and safety of our staff and our students, but it's the reality that we live in. And like Sarah, I would feel terrible if something did happen and we had the opportunity to add this resource and we didn't do it.
The contract, by the way, was approved by unanimous vote. Washington Governor Jay Inslee is going to be on Cashmere on Monday, September 16th, to help celebrate 2 grand openings at the Cashmere Mill District Business Park. The noon ribbon-cutting ceremony will recognize the first tenants of the business park, Blue Spirits Distillery and Hearst International. Blue Spirits Distillery will occupy 6,800 square feet, and Hearst is a fruit label printer and label equipment manufacturing business. They'll occupy about 6,500 square feet. The 2 buildings at the business park on a former mill site have a combined 32,000 square feet of space. And finally, on this Thursday, the Chelan County PUD appears poised to invest millions of dollars over the next 5 years on upgrades to its hydroelectric dams. The list of projects identified in the Utilities Strategic Plan also includes improving reliability to customers' homes and update customer service technology. Our very own senior news correspondent, Steve Hare, followed this report.
General Manager Steve Wright says 2017 and 2018 were the PUD's best ever financial years. In a recent interview with NCW Life News, Wright said that 2019 will likely continue that trend. He says that wealth is being used for actions that should maintain the county's competitive advantage for long into the future.
There are always issues on the cost side as well. We've had unexpected breakdowns of units at Rocky Reach and Rock Island. We're in the process of working on those and really focused on the mantra that comes from our board to create the best value for the most people for the longest period of time. Trying to make sure that when we put fixes in place, that we're not putting short-term fixes in place, that we're putting bigger fixes that will work for a long period of time. And that's why our capital budgets are increasing. Our capital budgets are up substantially from what they were just 4 or 5 years ago, coming out of the strategic plan. The strategic plan said we want to invest in our assets, and so you can see that in our capital budgets. And this is why I say it's so important for customers to engage with us in this process, because strategic plans do really matter here at Chelan PUD. You can see it in terms of what we've done over the last few years, based on the objectives of the last plan, and we fully intend to be just as committed to implementing the highest priorities coming out of this plan.
Over the next 5 years, the PUD plans to build 7 new substations and expects to adopt smart meters that will help reduce outage time, while at the same time providing customers more and better information.
So many people today live on their phones. Certainly my kids live on their phones. I watch them every day in terms of what they're doing. You can't really engage with us very well today on your phone. You should be able to. And what we want to be able to get to is a place where you can pay your bill online using your phone, using mobile apps of some kind. And in addition to that, we expect to be rolling out smart meters over the course of the next couple of years. And those smart meters will allow us to be able to understand better what's going on at your house, particularly when you have an outage, so that we know when you have an outage at the same time you know, and not after we wait for you to call us. That will allow us to restore service more quickly, and it allows you to better understand what the outage restoration time is likely to be, because we can get that up on an app very quickly. It's going to take us a few years to do that, but that's all within the time frame of this strategic planning period.
The plan also proposes rate of inflation level rate increases to protect against downside risks, such as price declines in the wholesale power market. 2 open houses are slated for Thursday and Friday in Wenatchee and Leavenworth, respectively. That's where customers can comment on the draft plan. Commissioners are slated to take final action on October 7th. Steve Hare, NCW Life News.
Thank you, Steve, for that report. We appreciate it. It's 20 minutes after the hour. Don't forget, we'll have a newscast for you coming your way tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. Eric Granstrom does the honors. He's back in town. Grant's taking a well-deserved day off. Grant will be back tomorrow. So Eric Grandstrom in the anchor chair. And the news at 5, 6, and 10. Eric's going to be a busy guy because we got the news at 5. We got the news at 6. And then at 7 o'clock tonight, it's an hour-long prep preview special hosted by Eric Grandstrom. You don't want to miss that. So what makes news on this Thursday? We'll let you know at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock on television. You can also watch it on demand by going to our website at ncwlife.com. It's right there. We'll have it up and running right around 5 o'clock. You can watch it right there. And if you want to get a hold of us, get a hold of us. Send us an email, news@ncwlife.com. That's the best way to do it, but there are other ways. You can pick up the telephone and give us a call at 888-2020. You can also, go to our Facebook page and message us there. Whatever it takes. If there's something out there that you think demands our attention, let us know about it, all right? The news tonight at 5, 6, and 10. 21 minutes after the hour when we come back. Sports, the obscure holiday. Today in history, birthdays, kennel cameos. My conversation with Nora Jackson from the Appleland Promenaders, and we'll give away a pair of tickets to see Ben Gully tomorrow night at the Wenatchee High School Auditorium. It's a busy Thursday. We'll be back in a minute with sports. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills in Manson, where we've got huge news. We've started our Blueberry U-Pick. It's a great time to toss the family in the car and get on out to Blueberry Hills, where you can get the best down-home scratch country cooking around and pick some of the world's most delicious and largest blueberries that have been high desert farmed. This makes for an intense blueberry flavor, and they are so much fun to pick. Our fields are open 8 to 2:30 daily and restaurant from 8 to 3, so come on out and join us.
Wenatchee Valley College is now offering 4-year degrees. The need for engineering technologists is rapidly growing, and the new Bachelor of Applied Science in Engineering Technology is designed to meet the needs of local employers. Students with an associate degree can complete the program in only 2 or 3 years. The program is accepting just 20 students for fall quarter. Apply now at wvc.edu/engineeringtech.
We are back at 23 minutes after the hour, the ever-widening world of sports. We'll start out this morning with the AP poll. The rankings in this week's AP college football poll remain fairly stable, with last week's top 25 going 23-0 against unranked teams. Now, the Washington Huskies, despite their 33-point blowout over Eastern Washington, actually dropped a spot. For number 13 to 14, Utah overtook Oregon as the highest-ranked Pac-12 team. At number 13, the aforementioned Ducks, they dropped 5 places after losing to Auburn. Their number 16, Washington State, moved from number 23 to number 22, and Stanford hopped up 2 spots to number 23. The top 7 remain unchanged, and there are just 2 games this Saturday between ranked teams. Number 6, LSU, will travel to Austin to take on number 9, Texas, and number 12, Texas A&M, will be taking on number 1, Clemson. Well, Seahawks coach Pete Carroll heaped praise on the newest arrival, Jadeveon Clowney. At his weekly press conference, Coach Carroll told the assembled media that Clowney has all the tools to be a top-flight defensive lineman.
Well, he's a rare football player. He's got special skills that most guys just don't have, and it's great quickness, his reaction time, his the length that he can use, his ability to run, his instincts. See, he's made a lot of plays in the backfield over the years, and instinctive plays, penetrating and getting and causing problems. And we plan to allow him to do that in our scheme, and it'll fit really well with what we're doing. And we saw a great fit, whether it's early downs or third down stuff. So he's pretty much got what you're looking for.
And we're told he's going to start come Sunday when the Seahawks open up their 2019 campaign at home against the Cincinnati Bengals. And finally, speaking of football, a reminder that tonight at 7 o'clock, our fall football preview show. It's an hour-long special with our sports director, Eric Grandstrom, and his conversations with Panther head coach Scott Devereaux, Michael Dawn, head coach of the Eastmont Wildcats, Dom Coffin, head coach of the Cascade Kodiaks, and Brian Bremer of the Kashmir Bulldogs. The perfect primer for the upcoming prep football season, of course, which kicks off tomorrow night. Can't wait for it. One final word in sports. Of course, the Mariners didn't play last night. They're going to be in Houston for a 4-game set, taking on a division-leading Astros. Marco Gonzalez gets the nod for the Mariners. Wade Miley will throw for the Astros. Even though the Mariners did not play last night, they were officially eliminated from the playoffs with 22 games remaining in the season. So that's now 18 years in a row that the Mariners are not going to make the playoffs. That's the longest active streak of any of the 4 major professional sports. Last time the Mariners made the playoffs, Elvis was still dead. That's how long it's been. That's sports at 26 minutes after the hour. It's time for the Obscura Holiday. Today is Cheese Pizza Day. Nothing wrong with cheese pizza. It's just pizza with just cheese on it. You know, not a lot of stuff on it. I like a lot of stuff on my pizza. It's a holiday worth its weight in mozzarella. Humans have been making pizza-like food, not exactly pizza as we know it today, for about 7,000 years. The Romans would make pizza that was made with oil and cheese, but it wasn't until the 17th century, really, that pizza took off. That was when tomatoes from the New World were introduced into the pizza recipe, and into the gravy, into the pizza sauce, if you will, and boom, here we go. Now, of course, pizza is a $30 billion a year industry just in the United States. I got some fun facts about pizza. 350 slices of pizza are sold every second. Wow. That's over 100 acres of pizza sold each and every day. That's about 3 billion pizzas sold just in the United States every year. 17% of all restaurants are pizza restaurants. That's pretty good. About 23 pounds of pizza are sold every year for every man, woman, and child in this country. That's a lot of pizza. The first pizza restaurant was opened in New York City, not surprisingly, in 1895, but the very first pizza restaurant in the world was opened in Naples, Italy in 1738. Back then, you didn't have to pass the health inspection. Happy Cheese Pizza Day if you just like cheese on your pizza. My guess is there's all kinds of pizza places all over the place are going to have some sort of special on cheese pizza. I didn't do the homework. You'll have to do that yourself. Sorry. That's your Obscure Holiday. 27 minutes after the hour. It's the 5th day of September. Today in history, September 5th, 1666, 353 years ago. Because it happened 353 years ago, I don't have any video or photos to show you. The Great Fire of London finally came to an end. 10,000 buildings, including the historic Old St. Paul's Cathedral, are completely destroyed. A remarkable fact about the Great Fire of London, which ended on this date 353 years ago. Only 6 people died in the fire. But this is the most amazing thing. There was about 80,000 people who lived in the city of London in 1666. Of those 80,000 inhabitants, 70,000 ended up homeless because of the Great Fire of London. But only 6 people died. It finally came to an end on this date, September 5th, 1666. September 5th, 1882, 137 years ago. They don't have these anymore. These used to be huge. Now they don't have them at all anymore. Labor Day parades. The very first Labor Day parade in this country's history was held in New York City on September 5th, 1882. Oregon, by the way, was the first state to make it an official public holiday, Labor Day. They did that in 1887. It became a federal holiday in 1894, but in that time period between 1887 and 1894, 30 states in the U.S. had already adopted Labor Day, with Oregon being the first. And the very first Labor Day parade was held in the state in 1882 in New York City. They don't have Labor Day parades anymore, for obvious reasons, I guess. I don't know. September 5th, 1972, 47 years ago today at the Munich Games. Yeah, the Palestinian terrorist group called Black September. They attack and take hostages. They killed 2 Israeli hostages during the initial attack. It was drama, 2 days of drama, and then eventually, of course, the entire Israeli team was murdered by the Palestinian terrorists. It happened 47 years ago today from the CBS archives.
Arab guerrillas had invaded the male athletes' housing area, killed 2 Israelis in the pre-dawn raid, claimed 8 hostages, and later, at a military airport as the scene shifted, the other 8 hostages died. 4 guerrillas were also killed, a helicopter pilot killed.
And finally, on this date, September 5th, 1975, 44 years ago today, the President of the United States, Gerald Ford, survived an assassination attempt by Lynette Squeaky Fromm, who was a member of the Manson family. Her gun was loaded except 1 bullet in the chamber that she purposely took out, which is why the president wasn't shot. Lynette Squeaky Fromm tried to kill the president on this date 44 years ago today from the archives of ABC News.
All of a sudden, a young woman dressed in a red flowing gown jumped at the president, lunged at him, and we're told she had a gun in her hand. A Secret Service.
The White House press office has now identified the woman as Lynn Ellis Fromm, 26 years old, of Sacramento, and they say that she is linked with the Charles Manson family.
Yeah, and by the way, this assassination attempt, it would happen again just a few weeks later. Gerald Ford really needs to stay out of California back in those days. By the way, Lynette Squeaky Fromm was sentenced to life in prison, and 10 years ago, in April of 2009, she was paroled. She now lives on the East Coast with her husband. She's out of prison. And finally, at 31 minutes after the hour, birthdays. The legend, probably the legendary American outlaw Jesse James was born in the state in 1847. Met his death from a bullet from the gun of Robert Ford in 1882 at the age of 34. Contrary to urban myth or legend that Jesse James was the Robin Hood of his time, he wasn't. He was a bank robber, and he was a murderer, and he was a bad guy, and he didn't steal from the rich and give to the poor. No, he kept the money. Jesse James, part of the James gang, born in this state in 1847, and met his death the way he probably should have met his death, at the age of 34. He's still a legend for reasons I don't know. Bob Newhart. Bob Newhart is 90 years old today. Happy birthday, Bob. His early comedy albums for Warner Brothers Records in the early 1960s sold by the millions. Everybody had copies of the button-down mind of Bob Newhart, his famous telephone bit. And then, of course, he was had the Bob Newhart Show in the 1970s, and then Newhart in the 1980s. Still dabbled in acting here and there. Bob Newhart's doing good. He's 90 years old today. Happy birthday, Bob. Raquel Welch is 79. Wow, Raquel Welch is 79 years old today. A very good friend of mine was Raquel Welch's personal assistant back in the 1980s, and she said Raquel Welch was one of the most impossible people she had ever met in her life. That's why I'm not a personal assistant. That's why I don't even have one. Raquel Welch is 79 years old today. We miss Freddie Mercury. We do. He was born in this state in 1946. He was actually Tanzanian by heritage, Tanzania. Eventually, of course, worked his way to Great Britain, became the lead singer of Queen, died of AIDS in 1991 at the age of 45. The great Freddie Mercury. The guy could sing. And happy birthday, 3M. Throw that out there. All right, 33 minutes after the hour. Going to take a break. When we come back, we got Mike McNaughty and my conversation with Nora Jackson from the Appleland Promenaders. But first thing first, it's Thursday. Henley, the dog needs a home. It's Kennel Cameos.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another week of Kennel Cameos. I'm Rachel, and I'm here with Jenny, the volunteer coordinator, and this handsome guy, Henley. What can you tell us about Henley?
Well, obviously this guy is a big guy and a whole lot to love. Henley's about 2.5 years old. He's kind of won our hearts here at the shelter because, I mean, seriously, how can you not love him? He's in playgroup with a female dog, so we know that he does get along well with dogs, preferably female. We don't know how he is with cats. He probably shouldn't be with small children because, as you can see, Henley still has some things to learn, and there's a whole lot of Henley here, but we absolutely love Henley. So.
And does he know any commands or anything?
He sure does. Henley would love to show off, and he'd love to show you that he knows sit, he knows down, he knows stay. He's in our Canine Good Citizen class here, so he's working on friendly strangers, dog to dog, and he's smart. He learns it pretty quick, and he aims to please.
And so if anybody would like to adopt Henley, what should they do?
They should come on down to the shelter and meet Henley. Yeah, and he is ready to go today, so.
The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. This has been Kennel Cameos at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society.
Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Amanda, and we are from Impact Auto Sales.
Where you can expect a hassle-free car buying experience.
With our wide selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, let one of our friendly sales staff help you find the vehicle that fits your lifestyle. We have financing available for all credit types and great low rates for first-time buyers. Call us today at 888-8000 or stop by 3522 State Highway 97A in Wenatchee. Impact Auto Sales, where we strive to make an impact on your life and not your wallet.
Hi, I'm Lehman Williams, General Manager of Crown Furniture and Mattress. 3 years ago, we decided to make a change to focus on products built in the USA. We made this decision based on better construction, better quality, and better warranties. At Crown Furniture and Mattress, we take great pride in knowing with each and every delivery, we're not just delivering furniture, we're delivering quality and comfort for your family to enjoy for years to come. So stop by and feel the difference at 736 South Wenatchee Avenue, across from Stan's.
At some point, we realized that value and practicality go hand in hand. A time when an unnoticed accumulation of items has become burdensome. These possessions still have value, but now lack usefulness. Donate your unwanted items to Goodwill and become a job creator. Your donations allow Goodwill to provide much-needed training to job seekers in our community. And that's pretty useful for everyone. Make plans to attend the August 30th grand opening of the all-new Goodwill on Columbia Center Boulevard in Kennewick.
Transform your windows with a variety of colors and styles like the Allure Transitional Window Covering by Lafayette Interior Fashions. Hi, this is Darren with Mini Blinds and More. We can install the latest and greatest in technology to open and close your blinds with only a touch of a button. From the largest windows in your home to room darkening shades for the bedroom. From stylish shades for your entertainment room to custom blinds for those hard-to-fit places. We have a solution for all of your window covering needs. We offer a variety of window coverings from Lafayette Interior Fashions. Call us today. We are Mini Blinds and More, your local blind store.
No matter what the season is, the weather is always fine at Wenatchee Valley Mall. Come explore the stores today. Wenatchee Valley Mall in East Wenatchee and online at WenatcheeValleyMall.com. Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I'm Dan Kuntz, your host. Let's go square dancing come September 10th. You can do just that. If you haven't gone square dancing in a while, you want to have some fun. Every year at this time, we invite somebody from the Appleland Promenaders, our local square dance group, to come on in and promote their club, maybe drive up membership, maybe get people involved in square dancing. It's great exercise. It's a great social activity. Normally, Tom Clymer does the honors, but Tom said, I got somebody who's a lot better looking than me to talk about it. And boy, was Tom right about that. Nothing right with Tom. He's a nice guy and an attractive dude, but Nora Jackson gets to do the honors this time from the Appleland Promenaders. Welcome to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
Thank you.
Thanks for doing
I'm
this.
happy to be here.
Yeah. What do you suppose I called Tom a couple of weeks ago to make these arrangements, and he said, I can't do it. I'm sending Nora down. And I said, great, why did he pick you?
Your guess is as good as mine.
We'll just call Tom right now and find out.
We'll find out.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm in my 40s. I manage a frozen yogurt shop.
Oh, which one?
In Froyo Earth.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Did you bring any with you? That sounds good
I
about
didn't.
now. Okay.
I didn't. I'll remember you though.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
What's your best-selling frozen yogurt? The one you can't keep on the shelves.
Probably the cake batter.
Oh, there's a cake batter.
There's a cake
frozen
batter.
Yogurt.
Yes.
Wow. Does it taste like it sounds?
It does.
Because it sounds to me like you're just eating a big thing of cake batter.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's got some yogurty stuff in it.
It does.
Okay.
It does.
Okay. You like doing that for a living?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
But somewhere along the line, you started picking up square dancing. Where does square dancing and Nora get together? Talk about that marriage.
Several years ago, I was managing a hotel, and one of my guests, my husband now, said to me, "Where's the local square dance center?" And I said, "I don't know. We'll find out." So I Googled it and I found out. And he said, "You know, you should really come out and join us, and it's a lot of fun." And I said, "Okay."
And you've been doing it ever since.
I've been doing it ever since.
When did you get? At what point did you go? I think I want to come back and do this again. Was it right away, Nora? Like 5 minutes into your first excursion?
No, it wasn't. It was actually several weeks, probably about 6 weeks. I kind of went, you know, this is clicking. I can do this.
Did you have any background in square dancing at all? None.
No.
No. So,
No.
So what was it? What was it about square dancing that you said that you're clicking and you're liking it? Was it because you were good at it, or what was it?
I love music.
Uh-huh.
That's a big part of it. And it's fun. It's fun exercise. You know, you don't think of it as exercise. And
No, it is good.
yeah,
I mean, you
it's
walk.
great
You're
exercise.
burning serious calories, right?
Yes.
That's a good thing. Now, do you always square dance with your husband, or
No.
you don't?
No.
I guess that's the first thing we need to talk about is that if you're getting into square dance, you say, I think I might like to do it. I don't have anybody to square dance with. I don't have a partner. How does that work?
You don't need a partner.
Okay.
There's always someone, usually at the dances, that will fill in as a partner.
Okay.
Either the woman's part or the man's part. I can do either. So.
And does the group, the Appleland Promenaders, is it about 50% male, 50% female? Does it skew one way or the other?
Ooh. We generally have more females than males,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, we've got a good mix.
Does everybody like each other? Everybody get along?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We got a photo we can throw up. This was probably about a year, maybe 2 years ago. The photo that we have of the Appleland Promenaders
yes.
Square Dance Club. There's the group.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like it's a happy group.
It is a happy group. Well, it's a happy hobby.
Yeah.
Square dancing is fun.
Tom Clymer, by the way, is in the bottom row there to the left.
Oh yes, he is.
Yeah, there. And are you in there somewhere? I can't tell.
I am not in that one.
Okay.
I think I had to work that year.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
So the reason that we're bringing this in, and the reason that Nora is here, because they have a season like almost everything else does. You guys are kind of quiet during July and August, and then you kick off your brand new season,
Yes.
so to speak, on September 10th once again at the East Wenatchee Grange on Sunset Highway.
Yes.
So for the complete neophyte, never done it before, I'm interested. What do I do, Nora? Do you just show up and?
Just show up.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a big group of friends. We're all friends, and we will welcome you into our group and come out and have fun with us. It's so much fun, and if you love music and you love it, it's just great.
The Appleland Promenaders is an organization of people who enjoy square dancing, and then you go out and you go to other little square dancing parties and festivals or whatever they call it, right? And that's
Yes.
and that's all part of the experience.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what places do you go to?
Oh, we go to Cle Elum quite a bit. Okay. There's a square dance campground up in that area. It's a lot of fun weekends, and we just got back from a Labor Day weekend, as a matter of fact. There's square dancing all over. There's some great clubs up in Seattle area. Yeah.
Do people just associate square dancing as a stereotypical frills and country music? And,
I think so.
How do you dispel that myth, that misconception?
Oh, that's a tough one because you do think the old time square dancing and the fiddle and the country music and swing your partner round and round and all that, but it's totally different now. The music is modern. The calls are modern. I would really encourage someone just to give it a try.
In fact, the video we're going to show here in just a couple of minutes was from a trip that the Appleland Promenaders made down to Coeur d'Alene a few years ago, and they're dancing to a Fleetwood Mac song.
Oh,
so
yes.
That's a perfect example of that. So, yeah, there is some country music in there. You hear George Strait and what have you, but you got Creedence Clearwater Revival, you got Fleetwood Mac, some of the other groups.
Yeah.
And it's all in the backbeat, right? Is that essentially it?
It is. And a lot of the modern music now, too, is relevant. I've heard some of the new Meghan Trainor songs made into square dance tunes. Or Charlie Puth, one of his songs is made into a square dance tune. So, I mean...
So when you say made into a square dance tune, what do you mean by that?
Basically, we take the music and you've got to break up a square dance into sections so that you can get the movements in. You're not going to have all the lyrics in that song, but you'll have as much as the caller can get into it with without compromising the figure.
Because people want to hear the words to the music, but at the same
Yes.
time, the caller is telling you what to do next, right?
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
it must be challenged to be a good caller.
I think so.
Tom does a lot of calling, right?
Tom does a lot of calling.
And he's pretty good at it,
He's
isn't he?
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Don't tell him I said that.
Yeah.
But he's fantastic.
Nora and I have a mutual friend, Brad Hauk, who cuts our hair. That's why our hair looks immaculate. Give Brad a call. By the way, happy birthday, Brad. Sorry I missed it. Brad said he's been working on his calling technique.
He has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
He's very good.
Is he?
Yeah.
Has he called a few?
He's called one.
Okay.
Yeah, he's working on some more.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Never danced before in your life. Now, I'm not speaking to me. We used to do square dance back in elementary school 10 years ago. You can lessons are free for the first 3 times out, right?
Yes.
Doesn't cost you a dime.
Correct.
And they start out with just the basic. What is your if you take lessons for the first time? I'm going to go ahead and do my first 3 lessons because they're free. What does the first couple of lessons entail for somebody who's never square danced before?
You're going to learn simple movements like do-sa-do and probably swing your partner. You will learn stars, left-hand star, right-hand star, stuff like that. Simple stuff. If you can walk, you can square dance.
That's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Do you practice at home when you're not square dancing because you like to do it, or is it something that you simply have to do with a group?
I would say you simply have to do it with a group, but in the beginning, yes, I would recommend practicing a little bit at home and just remind yourself of your steps and
You probably just find videos on YouTube and do the lessons
yeah.
there like that.
Oh yeah.
So, but the only way to really learn is to do it in person and have
Yes.
somebody there who knows what they're
Yes.
doing. We got a video. We've shown this one before. Tom brought this with him last year. This was your trip down to Cle Elum, I don't know, 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago or so.
And this was, you talked about the Cle Elum has a specific area or a dance hall, so to speak.
We've got a square dance campground up in that area. Yeah.
So what do you before we play the video, when you're not dancing, when that group gets together, what are you doing? If you're going to camp around for 3 days, you're not going to square dance for 3 days.
Right.
So is there like cribbage and poker going on?
Oh yeah.
And,
Oh yeah. We played mini golf on Sunday and
So it's a little dig. Let's show about 90 seconds. This is a video from a couple of years ago of the Appleland Promenaders. This is down in Coeur d'Alene. Give you a taste of what's going to happen a little bit later on this month. Check it out.
Starts quick. It's got an 8 deep intro and we sort of circle out, loving you isn't the right thing to do. It's alright, one time around, one down man and you can go your own way, swinging on a neighbor. You can call it another lonely day. Heads where feeling you go, boys around, all the way to side door. Make a way, relay the new scene. You can go your own way, swing, and then you promenade her. You can call it another lonely day. Heads promenade, take them halfway around. Side swerve through 2. You do the right, left through with the outside 2. Slide through and then load the boat. You can go your own way.
Who would associate Fleetwood Mac and square dancing?
Right.
Most people don't. But there you go.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've talked about the health benefits. In fact, this is a fascinating statistic. It's right off your website. Square dancing has been recommended by the Alzheimer's Association.
Oh yes.
To keep your mind sharp, because you have to remember the calls. When somebody calls out the next move, you got to remember what it is and how to do it.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
So good for your mind.
The Appleland Promenaders are you guys the only square dance club in town, or are the others?
We're not. There's 2 others.
Okay.
Tom's Club. He has the Plus Bunch.
Okay.
And Plus is just a step above the mainstream calls.
Okay.
So more calls.
Okay, and a little more advanced.
More advanced,
Okay.
yeah. And then Cascade Twirlers is also a mainstream club.
So it looked like everybody was sort of dressed kind of casually. There was nothing really formal about that.
I was going to mention about
ahead.
that. Yeah, it's not the frilly skirts anymore. You don't have to dress up. You can if you want to, which I do once in a while. But for the most part, casual.
Casual.
Yeah.
And we're casual kind of people.
Yeah.
So the lessons begin, again, this is on September 10th is when the square dance lessons happen. It's at the East Wenatchee Grange on Sunset Highway, 7 to 9 o'clock. Again, the first 3 lessons are free.
Yes.
And then if you want to keep lessons, it's only $5 a pop.
Yeah.
That's a heck of a deal.
It
now,
is.
who conducts the lessons? Who actually teaches it?
Tom does.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
is he patient with people with 2 left feet?
He's very patient.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it will get people involved in the Appleland Promenaders. I mean, it's a formal organization. You get together and you have meetings and bylaws and officers and stuff, right? And
Yes.
people pay dues.
Yes.
And for your dues, you get what exactly?
Membership and the opportunity to have a voice in stuff.
In the goings-ons of the club.
Yeah.
But it sounds like it's a pretty informal kind of
It
a
is.
just kind
It
of a fun.
really is. It's relaxed and fun and yeah.
How long do your normal when you guys get together and do your dances? What's the time commitment there? A couple hours?
It's usually 2 hours.
And you can
usually.
set out or get in on any dance you want to,
Yes.
that kind of deal.
Yes.
Is it like potluck? Do people bring food or anything?
Sometimes.
Like that? Yeah. Okay. So I like that.
Absolutely.
Have we covered everything, Nora? I'm afraid I don't want to miss anything.
Oh, I believe we have covered
So
everything.
it starts September
yes.
10th.
September 10th.
And is it like what day of the week is September 10th? I'm sorry, I'm going blank here. It's like a Tuesday.
I think yes, it is a Tuesday.
Tuesday
and
night.
night.
And you meet every Tuesday nights, or off and on, or
Off and on.
So
Yeah,
but there is a schedule.
Yes, and during lessons it will be every Tuesday night, 7 to 9.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So talk to your friends, talk to your families.
Yes.
You can get a hold of the Appleland Promenaders. What I did is I just went to Google and just typed in Appleland Promenaders, and I misspelled Promenaders, and they still found it. The organization. Everything you need to know there is schedule contacts. You can email folks and get involved in square dancing, because it's not square dancing isn't square anymore. That was
Not
good.
at all.
Somebody should write that down.
I know, that
Somebody
was
should write
great.
that down. Batter cake yogurt. I'm all over that.
All right.
Right.
I'll bring you some.
What time do you open?
Noon.
Noon. I'll be over.
Okay.
I'll be over. That's it. I love yogurt. I'm a yogurt fanatic. Nora, thanks for taking time out and joining us.
Thank you, Dan.
And good luck with your Appleland Promenaders. Again,
Thank you.
just Google Appleland Promenaders. Everything you need to know. And it starts on September 10th, and the first 3 lessons are free. And how much does it cost if it's free? Free.
Nothing.
It's the goodest prices you can think of. Thanks for doing the show. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. You watch You Wake Up at Anchi Valley. We'll be right back.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been serving North Central Washington for 34 years. Arctic provides the finest heating and cooling air quality products for residential and commercial customers, along with prompt and professional customer service. Arctic also offers specialty services like custom sheet metal fabrication of ductwork, coil cleaning, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Arctic is available for emergency calls 24/7. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs. And we're back here live from Studio 7 in downtown Wenatchee. The high clouds are already beginning to roll in. We'll have thickening clouds, by the way, as the day progresses. Forecast details are coming up. But first things first, as I teased this yesterday, and we got entries. I teased it again today. We got entries. I'm talking about Ben Gully and the Trio, the first in a series of concerts being held throughout the concert season at the Wenatchee High School Auditorium. The Wenatchee Community Concert Association put it on. We've got our emails. I stole a bowl from the kitchen, so I'm now in the hermetically sealed vault. That's right, people can see me. Gonna mix it up here. I gotta this so nobody can actually see. So I can't see. We got to do this the right way. And the winner of the tickets to see Ben Gully. Got to unfold this thing here. And the winner is Joanne. Congratulations to Joanne, who, by the way, sent this from her iPad. Joanne, I'll get a hold of you, send you an email, let you know how you can get the tickets. Congratulations to Joanne. And by the way, we'll be giving away a pair of tickets throughout the course of the fall, winter, and even in the next spring, the week of each concert put on by the Wenatchee Community Concert Association. We want to thank them for the tickets, and congratulations to Joanne. Let's do the forecast from the National Weather Service. And yeah, the clouds are going to start rolling in. It's going to be warm today. We're going to get up to 89, but deeper into the day, the more clouds we're going to have. By noon, it'll be about 50% clear sky, 50% clouds, and then by sunset around 7:30 tonight, it'll be fairly cloudy, but there's no real rain in the forecast today. And a high of 89. Most of the clouds, by the way, will be coming from the southeast, out of the Oregon area. Mostly cloudy tonight, maybe a stray raindrop. I wouldn't bet on it. 68 for the overnight low. We're going to start out with clouds on Friday morning. We'll get to sunshine on Friday afternoon. We'll top off at 84. Friday night, very pleasant, 64 for the overnight low. Not a bad weekend. Lots of sunshine Saturday and a high of 85. Slight chance of some thunderstorms Saturday night into Sunday. Most of it in the upper part of our viewing area, not so much here in the Wenatchee Valley. And that's it. Everybody have yourself a great Thursday, provided this show isn't canceled. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.